Hi guys, welcome. Okay, in this video we will look at some of the blade tips which will improve your productivity. So yeah, let's go ahead. The first thing that we will see, okay, this banner is displayed only for guest users, and if the user is logged in, so we'll check admin. Okay, so we'll check if the user is logged in as admin, then it will display a different message. Okay, so let's go ahead and check the code and see like what we can improve here. Let's go ahead and the route file. Okay, so this is the controller here. We'll go to index page and we can see this method is here. If user, if user is here, so we will display him a message. You are viewing this page as an admin. If the user is guest, we will just display him. Thank you for visiting. We have an exciting new offer on inter-country shipment. So actually, we can simplify these declaration using a blade directive. So first blade directive that we'll look at is auth. So what auth does is auth will check if there is a user, the user is logged in, so then it will display the message. Let's go ahead and check that if it works or not. Okay, cool, so it works. So now we can just replace all the directives that we have. Instead of doing at if auth.user, we can just actually change it to auth. Okay, same. Now we'll see for the guest. If the user is guest, here we are checking like if the user is guest, then we'll show this page. Let's log out the user and see how it looks like. Let's log out the user. Okay, so this is the message for the guest. Let's go ahead and change this to guest. Actually, we can change this to end auth. It will still work with end if as well, but this is better. And guest. Okay, this blade directive is actually pretty handy. Instead of just doing if auth.guest, we can just do auth guest, and it will check if the user is not logged in. If the guest view is available, so it will show the guest message. Okay, the next directive that we will look at, that is loop, that is available in iteration. So we can see for each loop here. We have used it many places. So let's go ahead and check for this specific entity. So let's go ahead and do the merchant login again. Okay, and here we have these merchants. Let's go ahead and check how we can use the loop variable in the loop. So for that we'll go to merchant. Okay, so we can go here. Okay, this is the page here. Okay, so we can see these are the merchants. So these are the IDs, but we don't know like how many merchants are there on the page. So here, whenever there is a for each loop, actually there is one variable that blade injects here, that is loop variable. Let's go ahead and dump this variable first to check what is available here. Let's go ahead and check. Okay, so in the loop it gives us iteration, index, remaining item, and total count. This is the first element, or this is the odd element, this is the last element, or this is the even element, what is the depth of the element, and what is the parent. Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, these depth and parent is like when there is a nested loop, when there is a nested loop, so you can check, okay, if this is the parent loop, if this loop has a parent or not, and at what depth that this loop is being executed. So let's go ahead and here instead of this we will add the ID, and in the count section we will just write loop.iteration. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh this. Okay, now we know we have 8 users here, and these are the IDs for each user. Okay, the next we will be looking at, for example, if we don't have any user here, so usually what we do is we do if count of results equal to 0, then do this, otherwise I iterate on the loop. So here we will actually tr and td. Here we'll set the call span to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. There are no users yet. So this is the usual way to do this. Let's go ahead and set the results to empty array. actually let's go ahead and set this, add an extra grade class which is unfulfillable. We'll just put IDs less than 0. So now we'll get an empty result set. So let's go ahead and refresh that. Okay, so now we get there is no user yet. So now to simplify this whole thing, what we can do is we can do for else results and or as result, and we can take this guy here and we can add it and for else here, and we can put our class and change it to empty, and let's remove this guy here. So so to understand this, we are saying like run a for loop on result and result only if there are results, and if the result set is empty actually we can remove this guy as well, and if the result set is empty, just put there are no more users. Let's go ahead and refresh that, and you can see we get this as well. So let's go ahead and remove this clause, and let's see if our users are being rendered properly. Okay, cool. So our users are being rendered properly. Okay, one last thing that I want to show is this displaying the validation error. For example, on this form, if we click on a driver, we'll get these error, but these errors should appear actually below these fields. So let's see like how these errors are displayed, and then we'll actually move these error to these fields. So let's go and check. Actually, in the session messages, if you check, we have this validation error messages. Validation error message display. So here it actually check if there is an error attribute, and if there are any errors in it, and then it will iterate on all errors, and then it will display all the errors. But we don't want that. We want to display the error with the specific field. Let's go ahead to do that. So so to do that, actually Laravel provides us again another directive that is at error. So if there is any error with the name, actually we will get an error, and we can actually put our label help dash block and text dash danger, and we'll put message here. Let's remove this guy. Okay, so now what this directive is doing is like it is checking if there is an error in the validation with the key name, so it will display this error here. So let's go ahead and refresh this page and see like what will happen. Okay, as you can see, like okay, we get this error message here, and we can do the same actually for all the error messages here. Let's go ahead and copy this phone number. We can do the same for the email and for all the other fields. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you for this video. Please let me know if you have any question or comment. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye. Cheers.